Who's the greatest optimist ever in the world, guys? The great optimists of the world. I'll give you one. One of the great optimists was General George Custer. You know why? Because before the Battle of Little Bighorn, when his troops were completely overrun, he told them, "Don't take any prisoners." That's optimism, right? Buccaneers GM Jason Licht is my optimist of the week. Dov Kleiman, who covers the NFL, reporting that the Buccaneers are content to go with Kyle Trask at quarterback. Okay, second-round pick, out of a big school and had a good, final year there. Want to go with the young guy? That's good. Went on to say Kyle Trask is the best quarterback in the NFC South. Now, Kyle Trask's career numbers, playing behind a guy named Brady, wasn't a whole lot of playing time to be had. Career numbers in the NFL, he's 3 for 9. That's not for one quarter. That's his whole career. 3 for 9 for 23 yards. And Lick thinks that he's the best quarterback in the NFC South. And before you say that's the most ridiculous thing in the world, and it is, would you like to know who's under contract to be to the teams in the NFC South? Because my first thought was, I guess he is the best quarterback in the NFC South, because if you name him the starter, the other 3 teams haven't named a starter. So by default, he's the only quarterback that we can talk about. Here's who's under contract. Is Kyle Trask better than, we'll do the Panthers first, is he better than Matt Corral?
Yeah. I would say yeah. I think he was better in college, and neither of them have played in the NFL. So
okay,
by that logic, yeah, I guess so. That's all you can go.
Yeah, I don't know what else you can go by.
Yeah. How about somebody that's played a little bit? Jacob Eason. Remember his time with the Colts?
Yeah.
Is Trask better than him?
No.
Don't know.
Just off the experience. I'm sorry. Yeah. There was a weird situation there, but
yeah,
still.
I guess no.
Is Kyle Trask better than Desmond Ridder of the Falcons?
I don't know. Ritter was pretty bad this year.
I say no, just because Ritter's at least athletic. You at least have something.
He does have experience. That goes a long way.
But he's got bad experience, right?
That's what I'm saying. He was pretty bad this year.
Do we know that if Kyle Trask, what did Ritter play, 6 games? I think he started 6 games, maybe 5.
Something like that.
If Kyle Trask starts 5 games next year, are they going to be 5 better games than Desmond Ridder?
Likely.
What are you basing that on? I'm curious.
No, I'm just.
I don't know. I mean, maybe you're right. Is he better than Marcus Mariota?
No.
Yeah, gun in my head. I gotta win a game this Saturday. Sorry, they're in the NFL now. Got to win a game this Sunday. You can have Kyle Trask quarterback you or Marcus Mariota. No, but a year from now, will Kyle Trask be better than Marcus Mariota? That's what they're banking on. But is he the best quarterback right now?
No,
he's not better than Mariota. Is he better than Logan Woodside? I don't know who Logan Woodside is.
He's been a career backup. He went to Toledo in college.
Now we get to this is the fun part. This is the Saints, okay? Is he better than Jameis Winston?
I guess you got to say no.
If Jameis Winston is physically able to play,
Jameis
Winston is significantly better than Kyle Trask. Now, I don't know what Jameis Winston's back feels like right now. I don't know if he can throw a ball from here to the hallway. Maybe he can. Maybe he can't. But if he is anywhere close to healthy, he is 10 times the quarterback that Trask is right now. What about Jacob Luton? He's also on the Saints roster. Probably didn't know that, did you? Why would you? Maybe he is. And then Taysom Hill was really a tight end. Now, also, if I had to win a game this Sunday, would you like Kyle Trask or Taysom Hill to quarterback? I'm taking Taysom Hill. Okay, so he's not better. But it did lead me to believe that this is the way that NFC South GMs, I think across the board, are thinking. If we can just get this leads me all into the Derek Carr thing. Why are they so gung-ho for Derek Carr? Because you can win this division if you just get something competent to play quarterback for you. And Derek Carr is way past competent. All those guys I just listed. Let me get here are some of the options available to you. And some of them played in this division last year, so it's kind of easy, right? Is Sam Darnold better than all of those guys? Maybe, but the Panthers weren't very good last year. Is Andy Dalton better than all those guys? Maybe. Dalton versus Trask for one game, I'm taking Dalton. A year from now, Who knows? Is Baker Mayfield, who is available, better than all those guys I just listed? Right now, I would take Baker Mayfield over everybody I have that has been listed so far. Now, might blow up in my face. I'm not saying I'm signing Baker Mayfield to a 5-year contract. I'm not guaranteeing him a bunch of money. But right this second in game 1 of the 2023 season, he's better than everybody I just listed based on what he did with a severely depleted Rams team. Maybe I'm giving him a little bit too much credit. Maybe they went and beat a dysfunctional Green Bay team. Maybe they beat a dysfunctional Denver team, and I'm giving him too much credit. But I got to tell you, the guy looked better out in L.A. Maybe it's Sean McVay. Maybe that's it. Is Jimmy Garoppolo better than all those guys?
Yes.
Yeah, without question. For 1 game, for 6 games, for 10 games. But once you get past 10 games with Garoppolo, his warranty is expired, right? You can't count on him anything past halfway the season. Is Teddy Bridgewater better than he's available? Is he better than all those guys?
Yeah.
By a lot. Not the guys I'm listing here, not Mayfield and Garoppolo and all those guys. The guys I listed that are
currently on the roster?
Currently in the contract,
yeah, 100%.
By a lot. But is Teddy the guy? I mean, everybody loves Teddy, right? And everybody says the same thing with Teddy right before they cut him. Oh, man, we love that guy. We think he's great. They thought he was great in Minnesota. They traded him. They thought he was great with the Jets. They traded him. The Saints thought he was great. They cut him. The Panthers loved him. They cut him. The Broncos, oh, he's great. They cut him. He's in Miami. For how long? I don't know. Teddy Bridgewater is the most effective quarterback that everybody loves that has been on 9 teams now. 9 teams, 7 teams, whatever. But he's better than all those guys, for sure. Jacoby Brissett. Would you take, with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the New Orleans Saints, to the Carolina Panthers, be better off with Jacoby Brissett as their starting quarterback over Kyle Trask, Desmond Ridder? I can't even say Jameis Winston with a straight face because I know the Saints are going to cut him. So I got to say over Jacob Luton or Jameis Winston or maybe Andy Dalton, but I mean, he's no lock to re-sign. Jacoby Brissett is a competent NFL quarterback. He is, I would say, a top half of the league backup. As a starting quarterback, he's probably in the bottom tier, but as a backup, you'd like that. But is he better than those guys? What about Taylor Heineke?
Yeah.
Another free agent?
Taylor Heineke's better than all those guys.
Okay. You sure?
I would say, yeah. I mean, he had a pretty good 2-year run.
In Washington, where they have the probably worst owner in sports currently, James Dolan's tough. Okay. The worst owner in the NFL, for sure, on his way out, and they haven't had what I would call a really stable situation at quarterback since Kirk Cousins left, and I don't even know if I want to call the Kirk Cousins situation stable. And they are voluntarily letting Taylor Heineke walk out the door. Care to revise your statement?
They were worse. They were worse after they benched him.
Well, can I interest you in Carson Wentz, also available?
No.
He's also on this list.
I'd rather Heineke.
Well, absolutely. We watched both of them play in Washington. When did they play better? Taylor Heineke. Can you pry Drew Lock out of Seattle? Or do you even want to? Probably not. So if anybody asks you why the Saints should be interested in Derek Carr, if anybody asks you why Derek Carr is garnering so much attention, if anybody asks you why Derek Carr's brother David, who played in the NFL, was once the number 1 pick in the draft, comes out and says, we're going to take our time. If anybody suggests to you it is a cool market for Derek Carr, and maybe they're right, I don't know. Market's not really completely open yet, but give them that list. Tell them that there is a general manager of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers who has a Super Bowl ring on his finger and a Lombardi trophy behind him, thinks that he's got the best quarterback in the conference for a guy whose career stats are 3 for 9 for 23 yards. This is the state of quarterbacking in the NFL for a lot of teams. And I do think it's affecting the decision-making of these 3 teams.